part 4 po ng Science Majorship Enrichment questions natin. Start po tayo sa number 1. The ring of fire is most closely associated with letter A, transform boundaries, letter B, divergent boundaries, letter C, rift valleys, and letter D, subduction zones. Again, pwede po nating i-pause. Ang answer po natin for this item is letter D, subduction zones. Yung mga transform boundaries po, ginagamit po ng example dyan is yung San Andreas Fault. Kapag mga divergent boundaries po, yung mga mid-ocean ridges. Kapag rift valleys, divergence naman po to. Divergence on land. So, balikan lang po natin yung iba't ibang plate boundaries natin. Meron po tayong divergent. Kapag divergent, saan po siya associated? Sa mga ridges, tsaka sa mga valleys. So, itong dalawa, B at saka C, parehas po sila associated sa divergent boundaries. Okay? Kapag naman po convergent, nagsasalubong po yung dalawang plates, associated siya sa mga subduction zones, trenches, sa mga volcanic arcs, and sa mga mountain ranges. Okay? Kapag naman po transform, yung pangatlo, associated po siya sa fault line and sa occurrences ng mga tindol or earthquakes. So, sa item na to, ang answer po natin, subduction zone. Tandaan po natin, ring of fire, subduction zones. Okay? Next, the mid-Atlantic ridge is an example of A, letter A, divergent boundary, letter B, subduction zone, letter C, transform fault, and letter D, convergent boundary. Ang answer po natin, letter A, divergent boundary. Nabanggit na po natin kanina explanation kapag mga ocean ridges, associated po siya sa divergence, divergent boundary. Next, if the net work done on an object is positive, what can we say about the object's motion? Letter A, the object is at rest. Letter B, the object's kinetic energy decreases. Letter C, the object's kinetic energy increases. And letter D, the object's speed remains constant. Ang answer po natin is letter C, the object's kinetic energy increases. Saan po yan galing? Doon sa work kinetic energy theorem. Work is just the change in kinetic energy. So, paano po magpa-positive si work natin? Yung kinetic energy, alam po natin may delta. So, it signifies change. Yung final velocity or yung final kinetic energy, dapat mas mataas siya sa initial kinetic energy or sa initial kinetic energy. So, paano magiging positive yung work natin? Dapat mas mataas to. Okay? Kapag mas mataas yung final kaysa sa initial, ibig sabihin, nag-increase yung kinetic energy. Okay? So, ang answer po natin dito is the object's kinetic energy increases kapag yung work po ay positive. Next, which of the following velocity versus time graphs best represents an object moving with uniform acceleration? Letter A, a horizontal line. Letter B, a straight line with a positive slope. Letter C, a curved line increasing exponentially. And letter D, a vertical line. Ang sagot po natin, letter B, a straight line with a positive slope. So, kapag tinitingnan po natin yung mga motion graphs natin, kapag horizontal line lang sa letter A, velocity versus time, ibig sabihin constant po yung velocity. Walang acceleration, zero acceleration. Yung letter B po, ganito yung itsura niya. Velocity, time. Okay? So, nagbabago po yung velocity through time. Ibig sabihin, ito po positive yung slope niya. Ibig sabihin, may acceleration tayo dito. Yung letter C, curved line daw siya. Ito yung velocity, ito yung time. Yan. Pwedeng ganyan. Exponentially, nag-increase siya. Ito naman po, nagbabago naman yung acceleration kapag ganitong case. And then yung isa, vertical line, this is physically impossible. Ibig sabihin, infinite po yung acceleration niya. Okay? So, in this case, ang sagot po natin letter B. So, aralin din po natin yung iba't ibang mga motion graphs, velocity versus time. Meron po tayong displacement versus time. Meron tayong acceleration versus time. Okay? Ano po yung ibig sabihin ng mga curves at saka mga lines nila. Next, a 3 kilogram object moving at 4 meters per second is brought to rest by a constant force over a distance of 2 meters. What is the magnitude of the force? Ang answer po natin, letter A, 12 Newton. So, dito po sa mga ganitong problem, syempre dapat alam natin yung mga basic formula like sa kinetic energy, that is 1/2 mv squared. Okay? So, dito po pwede nating malaman yung kinetic energy, 1/2. Yung mass po niya is 3 kg. Yung velocity is 4 meters per second squared. So this is 1/2 times 3 times 16, which is just equal to 24. Okay, 24. And then, kinetic energy po siya. So, joules. And then, hanapin naman po natin, gamit yung formula ng work. Alam po natin sa work energy theorem, equivalent lang po itong dalawa. No? Pwede natin gamitin itong same value na to. Work is equal to force times displacement. Ang work po natin, 24 joules. Force natin yung hinahanap, and then D. Okay? So, divide D, both sides. So, that is 24 joules over D is equal to force. Ano po yung D natin? 2 meters. So, 24 joules over 2 meters is equal to F. Yung F po natin, 24 divided by 2, 12 Newton. Okay? So, ito po yung answer natin. Next. A pendulum is released from a height of 1.5 meters. At its lowest point, the pendulum's speed is maximum. What principle explains this energy conservation? Letter A, conservation of momentum. Letter B, conservation of angular momentum. Letter C, conservation of mechanical energy. And letter D, the work energy theorem. Ang answer po natin dito ay letter C, conservation of mechanical energy. Sa mechanical energy, dyan po pasok yung kinetic energy tsaka yung potential energy. Yung conservation of momentum, wala naman pong collision. Okay, walang collision na nabanggit. Yung conservation of angular momentum, wala naman pong rotation about an axis. No rotation about an axis. Bakit? Simple pendulum lang po yung example natin. Okay? And then, itong work energy theorem, masyado siyang malawak. So, ang answer natin, letter C, conservation of mechanical energy kapag simple pendulum. Okay? Next. What does the area under a force versus time graph represent? Letter A, impulse. Letter B, momentum. Letter C, kinetic energy. And letter D, work. Ang answer po natin, letter A, impulse. Okay? Tandaan lang po natin yung formula. Yung impulse natin is equal to force times delta T. Okay? Kaya yung force tsaka yung time, makukuha po natin si impulse. So, tandaan din po natin yung iba't ibang area under the curve. No? For example, meron tayong velocity versus time. Tapos, ganito yung velocity niya, constant velocity. Tapos, for example, kunin natin yung area nito. Okay? So, para makuha yung area ng rectangle, velocity times time lang yan. Vt. So, ang velocity, ang unit niya, meters per second. Ang time is second. Cancel. Ang matitira po ay meter. Ang meter po ay unit ng distance. Or pwede sabihin natin displacement. Okay? So, kapag tinatanong ano yung area under the curve ng velocity versus time, ang sagot po natin, distance. Pag wala si distance, to displacement. Okay na yan. Okay? Now, paano naman kapag acceleration versus time graph? Okay? Acceleration versus time, sabihin natin constant yung acceleration and we're going to find itong area na to. Okay? Para makita po si area ng rectangle, so ito lang times ito. A times T. Ang unit ng A, meters per second squared. Ang unit ng T, time. S to dapat. Cancel. Matitira meters per second. Ang meters per second, unit ng velocity. Okay? Again po, kapag force versus time, yung area under the curve, impulse. Kapag velocity versus time, ang area under the curve, displacement. Kapag acceleration versus time, ang area under the curve, velocity. Okay? Next. What is conserved when no external torque is acting on a rotating system? Letter A, kinetic energy. Letter B, angular velocity. Letter C, angular momentum. And letter D, linear momentum. Ang answer po natin dito, yan, letter C, angular momentum. Kinetic energy, hindi yan conserved, no? Pwedeng ma-convert yung kinetic energy. Ang angular velocity, nagbabago rin yan. Okay, yung angular velocity. Ang angular momentum, conserve yan. Okay? And then, ang linear momentum, hindi naman to about sa rotation. So, ang answer natin dito is angular momentum. Okay. Next, number 9. The point beyond which a material permanently deforms is called letter A, proportional limit, letter B, breaking point, letter C, yield point, and letter D, fracture point. Sagot po natin, letter C, yield point. Sa proportional limit, ito po, hindi na applicable dito yung Hooke's law. Okay. Ito yung point kung saan yung Hooke's law, it stops working. Kapag breaking point naman po, nag-snap na po yung material. Kapag yield point, ito po yung answer natin, yung permanent deformation niya. Kapag fracture point po, ito yung final failure. Okay? So, answer po natin, letter C, yield point. Next, number 10, what type of rock is coal classified as? So, ang coal po, sedimentary rock. Okay? Saan po gawa ang coal? Sa mga plant material. Usually, saan galing siya? Doon sa mga, dating panahon pa, mga carboniferous. Okay? So, ang igneous, balikan po natin. Saan sila galing? Lava, magma, na nag-cool down. Okay? So, tingnan din po natin yung iba't ibang klase ng igneous. Meron tayong intrusive, tsaka extrusive. Intrusive na form sa loob, extrusive na form sa labas. Metamorphic, nagbago po yung rock dahil merong changes in pressure o kaya temperature. Okay? Ito, hindi naman po siya type of rock. So, yan.